Well, this is a special hour. Actually, it's our Giving Tuesday celebrity takeover with the only Oscar winner who has ever been on the LNK Morning Show. And that's you, Jamie Lee Curtis.
Really?
You are our first and our only Oscar. We've had Oscar nominees, but never an Oscar winner.
Oh,
This is so
wow.
special.
Hi, Ellen.
Hi.
That's amazing. Wow, that's just having you say that is sort of amazing. I don't remember it all.
Yeah.
And then just, I think this morning, one of my godchildren sent me some, please don't even like the tickety-tockety of it all.
Okay,
but
yeah.
like sent me something from the tickety-tockety
Uh-huh.
that included that moment at the Oscars, and my abject shock. I actually say shut up.
Yeah.
No, like when they called my name,
Oh.
I
Said,
watched it this
"Shut
morning. I say, shut up. So to hear, so that moment still is so wild to me that then for you to say that we're just going to change that. So everybody listening who is an Oscar nominee this year or who wants to be an Oscar nominee, get your ass to Ellen's chair.
That's right.
Because when you win it, you'll be the second Oscar winner to be on the Giving Tuesday
broadcast. Yeah.
You're a hero.
Oh no, you are Jamie Lee
listen
Curtis.
to
This is
me.
all about you, please, and the hospital, and you being here with
but
us.
So we're here because of Children's Hospital
Yes.
Los Angeles. Both of us have had personal connections to them. You as a parent of a patient. I have not had a patient child at Children's Hospital, but I've worked with them as an advocate for them for 30-something years now. I mean, it's been a long time. But we're here supporting it. But what I'm so moved by is your commitment. There are people who say they care about something, and yet it's very hard to get them to continue to have the level of excitement, energy, advocacy that you do. And you do in a big, big way.
We love this day. This is our favorite day of the year. And it's our favorite day of the year because we get so touched and moved by these miracle kids that we meet and the families and the parents. And I mean, you've already brought me to tears twice this morning, but today. But after my son, who was there for something that's so, I want to say easily fixable, because compared to, some of our transplants and heart patients, it was a smashed elbow. It was rebuilt. He's great. We were in the lobby that first year, and there was a boy in a wheelchair, and he was 14, the same age as my son. And I said, "Oh, why are you here?" And he said, "There's a new treatment that I can have, and maybe I can get my legs fitted with braces one day, and I can walk for the first time." And I just thought, wow. I don't know. We don't want to leave the lobby when we're here.
Well,
that's why we come.
The lobby is the city of Los Angeles.
Yeah,
in a microcosm.
It is,
but
it
it has every aspect of our great city of angels, because there are angels everywhere. They're the staff, the administration, the helpers. One of my best friends is a woman named Suzanne Yankovic, and she is married to Weird Al.
Yes.
Al and their daughter Nina is my goddess daughter.
Oh.
Suzanne has been a volunteer at the hospital and has graduated through every volunteer program, and she is now cuddling the neonatal babies. And she told me the story today that when she's entering a room and there's a brown butterfly on the door, it means this is a terminal child. It means that this child will not survive. And often these are children whose parents cannot be there with them at all times, because many of these people work, many have other family members, other children, and they can't be there with a critically ill child. And my friend Suzanne goes in, like so many of the beautiful volunteers of the Cuddlers, and my friend Suzanne goes in and sings and caresses and cares along with the nursing staff and the doctors who've done everything they can to save the life of that child. You know, it is a reality of hospitals. Their intention is to save every life. And then, of
Yes.
course, there are critically ill, dying children, but who still get the love and attention. And so I'm as moved as you by the advocacy, by the beautiful energy, and what we're talking about, Los Angeles, is our local children's hospital. We are not talking to people in Pittsburgh, even if they're listening.
Right,
We're
right.
not talking about Children's Hospital of Pittsburgh. We're not talking about Children's Hospital in Denver.
Yeah.
We're talking about Children's Hospital Los Angeles. I am born and raised in the City of Angels. I have raised my children in the City of Angels, and I am married in the City of Angels. I work in the City of Angels, and I support my local organizations, primarily Children's Hospital Los Angeles. So this is Giving Tuesday. This is the day to remember that you've had a big year. It's for many people a great year, for many people a tough year.
Yeah.
And yet at the end of the year, you try to think about the annual giving, the way we can give as a society to the institutions that help and support our children, most importantly in the City of Angels, Children's Hospital Los Angeles. And that's what Giving Tuesday is all about. It's the end of the year. You can write it off on your taxes. And that's why they do it at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Because it's your opportunity to give beyond just what you do in your daily life. It really joins you in the community of giving, which makes us bigger than we are. It is a mission greater than us. And when you give to something, that's what you feel. You feel like you have participated in the human existence by helping an institution like Children's Hospital. You know, what we're really talking about is connecting.
Yes. That's right.
That's what we're talking about.
That's what it is.
Why I'm here, why you're doing this, why you've dedicated over and over again, year after year, your great talents at what you do, the joy of your absolute joie de vie, joy of life that you do, your grace as a funny, thrilling person that people wake up to and listen to every single day. But what you ultimately are doing is connecting with those people who often are stuck in their car,
We had
on their way.
a lot of commuters.
A lot of commuters, and a lot of people at their work where they can have a radio going, and you are a connector, and you connect the dots for people.
We get to be with people in chemo, dialysis, cars. We all love what we do, and we love that you are here. And I know that you are a huge advocate for the nurses, not only at CHLA, all nurses, but at CHLA. Kelly Johnson. Let's talk about her.
Okay. What, my twin?
Yeah, your twin, Chief
twin.
Nursing Officer.
I know, but my twin.
Your twin.
So
and
I
your-
met her at the gala.
At the gala, yeah.
And you could have knocked me over. I literally went, wait, what?
Is this me?
We are twins. We are literal twins.
Yeah.
When my hair is shorter than it is now because I have to grow it for a movie, I get to grow it for a movie. She and I are twins. I love nurses. So I love Children's Hospital Los Angeles as an institution. I love Paul Viviano, who's the president of the hospital, all the way down, all of their team of giving officers. I love the administrative staff. I love the technical staff. Of course, all the support staff. I love the doctors, and I'm grateful they all went to medical school and didn't go to frat parties and instead actually read.
They actually
paid attention.
They're inventing heart stents and things like this.
And I could name all the doctors that change lives at Children's Hospital every day. But it is the nurses. Nurses are the conduits for care. They are the ones that do the hardest jobs at the hospital because the doctors come in, but they have a distance from their patients. They have to.
Yeah.
They're coming in for their very specific expertise, but nurses are the ones who care. And ultimately, that kind of level of care for a child who's frightened, for a family who's frightened, is life-changing when
Yeah.
you have a nurse who has to still do her job. Nurses are the ones who put the needles in.
Yeah.
And for all of us, by the way, I could probably, go through your staff here, and even the grown men.
Fainter.
Oh, I
doesn't
can't.
mind.
Oh, Jamie, I can't.
Yeah.
I can't even take a needle. Yeah.
Okay, but you have to remember, their job
Is
is to administer
I know.
needles to patients every single day.
Yep.
Often many times a day to the same patient. And so they have to do the thing that is the scariest
Yeah.
for the child. To be honest, even a surgeon, by the time the child sees the surgeon, often they're already under anesthesia.
Yes, yep.
They've already
Yeah.
been given a little bit of a sedative, and then they've been given the anesthesia.
Yeah.
And so then the surgeon does their work.
Yeah.
The nurses are the ones. And if you're phobic of needles, just think about these children. And so here we are on Giving Tuesday. We're talking about Children's Hospital Los Angeles. We're talking about giving something more than just, your appreciation for the hospital.
Yeah.
We're talking about giving money.
Yes.
I mean, let's
Yeah.
just be
Yeah.
absolutely honest. 'Tis the season to start giving. Don't make me sing. Fa la 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 la.
But you're a good singer.
No, I am not a good singer, Ellen Kay. But it is
Yeah.
Giving Tuesday. And so when I'm asking you to do is think of your children just going to the doctor's office
Yeah.
and their fear and their, the treatment they get at your pediatrician's office for their annual checkups and the amount of shots they're going to get.
Exactly.
That's part of being preventative medicine. It's what we get to do if we're privileged enough to be able to afford it.
Yeah.
We get to help our children, but, unless Mr. Kennedy becomes the whatever, and then, of course, all bets are off. But right now, we still vaccinate our children. But think about the fear in your child's eyes when
Yeah.
you know they have to get a shot that day,
Yeah.
and the loving care that nurse gives them. Then think about that happening to hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of children every day at Children's Hospital Los Angeles, and the beautiful nursing care and the nursing team, men and women, who've dedicated their lives to helping your kids. That's who I would give to today at Giving Tuesday. Nursing people who've dedicated their my beautiful niece in another state just became a registered nurse.
Oh, nice.
And I could not be prouder.
Uh-huh.
So
Yes.
I love nurses. I
Yeah.
love Children's Hospital Los Angeles. I love Giving Tuesday because it allows us to join together as a community of Los Angelinas and Los Angelinos and Los Angeline us. Los Angeline us. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Helpful. You were hanging me out to dry for a little.
A little too
Like
long.
you were hoping I was going to find Los Angeline us, and then you helped me out and saved me again from getting canceled on the radio. But my point is that we are here together, and
Yes.
we are stronger together as a community who love where we live and who support Children's Hospital Los Angeles, who supports our children.
And it feels good to give. And we are with Oscar winner Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh, my goodness.
It is Giving Tuesday. It's Children's Hospital Los Angeles, KOST 103.5. We team up on this day every year. But a woman who gives all year long and does
Oh,
it.
you give all year long, too.
Well, but I don't have a foundation called My Hand in Yours.
No, you don't. But you know what? You give the gift. You give the gift that keeps on giving, which is
Look.
your talent, your beautiful, beautiful talent and energy and beauty every day to people.
Oh, thank you, Jamie.
Who often do jobs they don't love to support their families. And on their way to those jobs, they listen to you. And their
Yay.
day is better. So you're amazing.
Well, you have My Hand in Yours and now My Paw in Yours, Puppy. And I know that you created this shortly after you did My Hand in Yours. And you, for $35 or more, every donation today, a child in the hospital receives a My Paw in Yours puppy. And it comes with A name tag.
A little My Paw and Yours dog tag, which you have to remember to take off the pet because it's, of course, with children. You have to undo the ribbon and then keep that separate. Just, I'm being a mom here.
And he's or she is microwavable.
So what's not the dog themselves, by the way, the little packet inside.
Okay.
So what these were invented.
Imagine the torture of watching a child loaded.
Relax. We're not putting puppies in the microwave. All of your listeners are sort of going like, wow, that's a really twisted Giving Tuesday. It just took a different turn.
Yeah.
It's a stuffed puppy that has a little microwavable pouch inside. So you can microwave the pouch, put it back, puppy, and then the puppy is a warm or cold comfort item.
Yeah.
It was invented by a nurse. Her company is called Warm Buddies.
Okay.
And she invented this puppy, and then she has allowed me to sell them through My Hand in Yours. And because we started an offshoot of My Paw in Yours, the My Paw in Yours funds that are raised through My Hand in Yours, which is the charity that I started, you can go on a website, My Hand in Yours, and order things, or you can just give directly to a 501c3, which is Children's Hospital Los Angeles. But we started My Paw in Yours because we have dog bowls and dog leashes and now a little stuffed puppy. And there is a program at Children's Hospital where they bring service dogs through the hospital to visit.
Love those
to visit
dogs.
the children. And they're these beautiful animals who are obviously very well trained, and they're very loving and completely allow these young patients to hug them and kiss them and hold their faces. And My Paw in Yours, those funds help support bringing those animals to the hospital.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I love the way everything works together. And
Yes. But that's
it. That's what it is.
Los Angeles.
Right? Yes.
Everything works together.
Together.
We come together. The Dodgers. Do I need to say any more? I mean, do I
Seriously.
need to say any more? I mean, but that's the Dodger blue. You know, the blue is one of the foundation colors of our butterfly at Children's Hospital. I'm even wearing right now Children's Hospital blue. But that's what we do as a community. We come together, Giving Tuesday, through your loud, not loud like you're loud, but your loud reach of people driving, listening, working, whatever you're doing while you're listening to us right now. Remember, this is the time you can give. By the way, if you can give $10 to Children's Hospital Los Angeles, great.
Yes.
If you can give $100 it's tax deductible, to Children's Hospital Los Angeles, great. You can give more than that, obviously, great. If you can give $5, if you can give $1, we are a community. We're a city of a lot of people. Can you imagine if every person in Los Angeles gave $1?
Oh my God, that would be so amazing.
Right. So it's really about what we can do together.
Yes.
It's not this individualized thing. It's a community. And that's why it's so beautiful and important to me, certainly.
And is this why you're so beloved on movie sets? All your co-stars always say how much they love Jamie Lee Curtis. Is it because you make a movie, you make so many movies that you know it's the sum of parts?
Well, everything is. Everything is. This show is.
It is, yeah.
This show is. You're the front of it. Sorry.
Where's the back of it?
I was going to say, does that mean you're the back of it?
I guess
Hey, listen.
Are you the tail?
I'm the ass. Go ahead. Just say it, Jamie.
It's okay. Here's what I'm going to say to you. Look at the name on the back of the board.
I understand. Yeah, I see it every morning.
Because it's behind you.
Yeah, and in front of me. And over
in
there.
front of you.
And on the side.
And on every side. You're surrounded by LNK.
Yeah, yeah.
And by the way,
Yep.
I appreciate your contribution beautifully.
Thank you.
What I'm simply saying, it's okay.
Okay. Yeah.
But no matter what, you can't do what you do without the team of people that help you do it.
Nor would I want to.
Children's Hospital can't do what they do. Paul Viviano cannot run an institution like Children's Hospital Los Angeles without all of the people, and I'm talking about all of the people. I'm talking about the people that work in the food service department, keeping the electricity going in that building, keeping the water going in that building.
God.
Everybody has come together on behalf of the institution to help critically ill and injured children recover.
Yeah.
I'm telling you that on a movie set, I may
Yes.
be the star of the movie, which we call number 1 on the call sheet.
Oh, okay.
Which is a position of leadership and authority.
Uh-huh.
The truth of the matter is, I can't run the camera. I can't certainly put up the good lights, which you need, or you need better ones.
Yeah,
but I can't put them up. I don't write the material. I don't put the clothes on that. I don't make the clothes that I'm wearing. I don't put the crap on my face that makes me look slightly better than I do when I wake up with none of it on. All of it is a team. So anybody in my profession, in your profession, who claims that they are the oracle, that they are somehow this deity of uniqueness, it's total bull.
Yeah.
Because you can't do what you do without your team. I can't do what I do without my team. I can't, and Children's Hospital can't do what they do without their team. If I was going to get a tattoo, it would say "Teams make dreams."
Oh, yeah.
Because
I love
teams
that.
make dreams.
Yes.
I don't make dreams.
Yeah.
Teams make dreams.
Let's talk about your team on The Bear.
Ooh, yes,
oh my
please.
gosh. Okay, so
Yes, please.
Will
Yes,
we see
chef.
more of Donna?
Yes,
Oh,
chef.
yes, chef. How is chef?
How is
We
chef?
love that chef.
I love that chef. I love all those chefs. I love that whole wonderful kitchen of creatives.
So is Donna? How does Donna find so much time? How do you find so much time? And Jamie, you pick these amazing projects. Do you just follow your heart?
Oh, totally. In everything.
Yeah.
Oh, in everything.
So you just know.
I think you know me well enough to know
do.
that I am not an
You-
intellectual. I'm an emotional.
Yeah. Okay.
So I follow my heart in things. I, as you know, saw a guy's picture in a magazine and said, "Oh, I'm going to marry him," and married him 4 months later. 40 years ago.
40 years
I mean,
ago.
it's
Wait, no, I didn't know that story.
okay.
Okay.
I've told it before. I will tell it in a speed round.
Okay.
I literally, 1984, I opened Rolling Stone magazine, was sitting next to my girlfriend, Deborah Hill, who wrote Halloween, and literally saw a picture of 3 guys, looked like you 3, with your arms around each other. Guy on the right, I went, I'm going to marry him.
Oh,
She
my
said, who? I said,
God.
the guy on the right. She goes, oh, yeah, I tried to put him in a movie once. His name is Chris Guest.
Oh,
I said,
my
oh,
God.
yeah, I'm going to marry him. And then I turned the page, and the next page was them in Spinal Tap. So it was them promoting Spinal Tap, but it was just them looking like dudes.
Yes.
And then the next page, they looked like
I remember this magazine.
rock people.
Uh-huh.
And she said, he's with your agents. I was like, oh, huh. And so I called the agent the next day and said, hi. And he said, I know, Jamie, all about it. I already know Chris Guest. I was like, okay, what? He said, Deborah Hill called me. I said, okay, here's my number. I think he's cute. He never called me. I dated somebody else, took that person for like 2 months, took that person to the airport, went home, picked up my friend Melanie Griffith, who met me, by the way, at Children's Hospital Los Angeles, which I'll tell you about later, a few weeks ago for a beautiful moment, which I'll explain to you in a minute. But I went and picked up Melanie Griffith and her then husband, Steve Bauer, and we went to Hugo's restaurant in West Hollywood, sat down, and Chris
And
was
there's
as far
Chris.
away
No.
as the window. He looked at me and went like this. I looked at him and went like this. He got up to leave. He went like this. I went like this.
Oh, no way.
And then he walked out, but he called me the next day. That was June 28th. We went out July 2nd. We got married December 18th, 4 years ago.
Oh my
Yes.
God.
So my point is, I
Yes.
follow my heart.
Okay, yes.
My heart. I'm not
Yeah.
an intellectual. I don't think things through. I'm an emotional, and so if I'm emotionally driven to something, so The Bear.
Yes.
Obviously, I had seen the show.
Yeah.
I had a premonition.
Oh.
I will tell you.
Okay.
I saw the first episode of The Bear, and there's a scene where Sugar brings Carmi a jacket in the back of the restaurant, and she says, you don't know what's happening yet. You don't know who anybody is. And at one point, she says, have you called Mom? And he says no, and she says, you should.
Oh.
And I sat back and went, oh, I'm going to play her. I'm telling you. And then I watched the rest of the season, and she's not in it. And I thought, oh, yeah, I'm going to play her. And then I was nominated for an Oscar
Yes.
in January.
Yes.
Which you won.
And
Which you
I
won.
won.
After
But
the
I
Golden
don't
Globe.
know, I know. But no, I didn't win the Golden Globe.
Oh.
I did not. My Michelle won the
Okay,
Golden
that's
Globe.
right. Oh,
I
so
got
sorry.
COVID at the Golden
We'll
Globes.
edit that
Thank
out.
you very
Yep.
much. No, it's fine. I got COVID at the Golden. That's what
Yeah,
I won.
that's
I
right.
won. But here's what I like to
Yeah.
say is I won an Oscar and lost a waistline. Because that way, it's just, at 60 my age, it's just like, it's fine. I'd rather win the Oscar and lose my waistline because if you look at my work in that movie, you'll see I don't have a waistline. Anyway, my point is I got nominated for an Oscar in January.
Yes.
I believe January 24th because I'm a dates girl.
Uh-huh.
And, a couple weeks later, my agent called me and said that I'd been offered a part on The Bear. And I said, to play the mother, right?
Right.
He said, yeah.
Oh my.
I said, oh, yeah, I knew. And of course, showed up and didn't really know anyone and walked into that kitchen on that day. And within 10 minutes, we were shooting. I mean, it was, can you say balls to the wall?
Yes, you can. Yeah, we can say that on the radio.
At this point, you could say whatever.
I don't know.
Yeah, you could say
It was balls to the wall.
Yeah.
It was just sort of, it was let it rip.
Yeah.
As you said,
Uh-huh.
you know
Yeah.
what's so beautiful, and by the way, Merriam-Webster has added let it rip
Oh,
to the
really?
dictionary. Yes.
We didn't know this.
Yes.
Jamie Lee Curtis
I'm telling you,
schooling us.
but let it rip, which of course is the incredibly heart-wrenching moment at the end of that first season when Carmen reads the note from his dead brother Michael.
Yeah.
And the phrase let it rip means I'm not going to be here, but dude, just let it rip. It means everything that we want it to mean, but it's now become sort of
a
everything to be able to say let it rip. We let it rip.
Yeah.
And it was for me the most satisfying creative experience I've ever had.
Nice.
And I'm so lucky to be a part of it. I feel tremendous gratitude. I love Donna Brazzato, and I understand her. And I love what we've seen so far of her path within the family.
Yes,
And the beginning of healing. And who knows whether or not that's going to hold. But to have been able to have a chance at some healing, I think is the most beautiful aspect
right.
of it.
It gives hope.
So if you saw season 3, the Ice Chips episode where Sugar has her baby, there's just beautiful healing between a mother and a daughter.
Yes.
And I am privileged to be able to say those words with that, other cast member and around that creative group. So I feel very lucky.
We are letting it rip with Jamie Lee Curtis
Letting
here on
it
Giving
rip
Tuesday.
on Giving Tuesday.
And that's what we want you to let it rip with your donations. I've got a great story to tell you about donating to Children's Hospital, Jamie. But you are here and
But I'm here in the belly of the, I would say
Yeah.
the belly of the beast, but you're not a beast. You're like the best.
beauty.
So I'm in the belly of the best.
There you
Look
go.
at me.
Yeah, thank you.
See how I can twist it?
Yeah,
You just took the A out and it
I
works.
did. It's amazing.
Yeah, good job.
Thanks.
But we're giving, so give whatever you can. We had a bartender stop by the lobby last year, and he had a brown bag with him, and he said, "I put out tip jars for CHLA,
Oh, come on.
and here's a bag of cash." And there were thousands of dollars in this
Yeah.
bag. It was at the end of our broadcast, and I think that they had opened like a early bird, like a 4 p.m. thing, and it was at the end of the day, so it was around 7 or 8 or something. And then there he was with a bag of cash, and
Okay. There's my challenge
okay,
to all of my beverage servers
yes,
in the City of Angels. Put a jar out on Giving Tuesday, just Giving Tuesday, that says every tip here will go to Children's Hospital Los Angeles, and follow the lead of that young man.
yes, yeah, young man.
Who did that. That's how you can make a community without, again, having to really dig in your pocket and have to give up something that you don't have. If you're going to put a tip in a jar,
Yeah.
what a beautiful, beautiful thing to dedicate your tip day to Children's
Yeah.
Hospital Los Angeles. And by you doing that, you're saying you support Children's Hospital Los Angeles, which then makes your patrons feel like they want to support. I mean, it's just beautiful.
It, like you said, everyone works together, and the giving, it's the butterfly effect.
Yeah.
It just keeps on going.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It was so cool. That was such a great moment. He
I
said he
love
heard us
that.
on the way into work, thought it up, and then came at the
Well,
end
there
of,
you
of
go.
our
So
day.
this Giving
Yeah.
Tuesday, let's follow that up. Let's have somebody else walk in to CHLA on Giving Tuesday with a bag of cash.
Yeah.
that you've gathered
Yes.
at whatever establishment. If you work at an establishment that allows tips and you can afford not to get the tip jar amount that day, just that giving doesn't even have to really come out of your pocket. Just put a jar up. I'm sure Children's Hospital Los Angeles, you can just download their logo, put it on the front of a jar and say every cent here is being donated today on Giving Tuesday to Children's Hospital Los Angeles.
And we are loving all the miracle stories that we're sharing with you today. We have transplant patients. We have, oh my gosh, this 15-year-old boy who recovered from leukemia. He ended up in a helicopter, landing on the rooftop, and less than a year later, after chemo and scary moments, he is back in the water surfing. And he said one of his biggest joys, the way it changed his life, is just to feel the breeze and feel the water on his body and just look up at the sky. And there's so many great stories in this hospital.
Well, we take for granted, Ellen.
Yeah.
We take for granted life.
Yeah.
We get sidelined by petty, things that make us late, traffic, or the internet goes down, or whatever it is, whatever the petty, inconsequential inconvenience that we have in our daily life. We take everything for granted. And what you just described, the freedom that young man feels when he's on a surfboard, feeling the sun and the water and the air and the ability to be able to be strong enough to be able to go out into the ocean.
Yeah.
I mean, we take it for granted. Everything we do, we take for granted, which is sort of, I guess, the human condition, until your life stops when you have a critically ill or injured child.
Yeah.
You've had experience with it. I've had experience with it. I'm sure
Everyone
in this room has had
has.
experience with it, because that's also life,
Yeah.
which is that there are challenges. And, there's a quote from a book that I love that talks about the conception of life and what we think everything is planned and where we go to school and who we marry and blah, 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 and that's what life's all about.
Yeah.
And the writer is Marisha Pessel, and she says, and I quote, "It isn't. Life hinges on a couple seconds you never see coming.
Oh my gosh.
And what you do in those seconds determines everything from then on, and you won't know what you're going to do until you're there." End quote. So the point is, life hinging on a couple seconds is every patient at Children's Hospital Los Angeles, every family at Children's Hospital Los Angeles. Their lives hinged on a couple seconds they never saw coming, be it an accident or an illness or some catastrophe that has occurred. That was not planned. And what was planned was the institution that received them. What you do in those next seconds determines everything. That's knowing where to go, knowing that the ambulance knows to go to a children's hospital, knowing that there is a children's hospital in Los Angeles who will receive you regardless of your family's ability to pay for the treatment. And then everything changes once that happens. So here we are. If you're driving to work or listening at work or wherever you're listening, you're living your life out in the wild.
Yeah.
You have the freedom, but if you're a parent of a child who's critically ill and injured, you have no freedom.
Yeah.
None. You are in an institution who is trying to save the life of your child. You still have other kids at home. You still have other family members. Many people have elderly parents, and they're often are caregivers of those elderly parents. So very quickly, your life becomes hyper-focused on easing the pain and suffering of your child. And that's what this institution is all about. And that's why Giving Tuesday is the day that you get to say, thank you for existing, Children's Hospital Los Angeles, and we will give you money to help you do what you do.
Boom.
We love you so much, Jamie Lee Curtis. Thank you for taking over.
I like taking over. I'm all in with taking over. I'm all in. God bless you all. Thank you all for listening. Continue giving. The day is long. And we're a couple dollars short.
You
And
said
there's
it.
still some time. So God bless you all. Thank you.
Yes.